We're getting a late start on it this year, but that just means you get to do it closer to the spooky season. Yes, it's time again, my friends, for the Longbox Bumper Contest. For 45 days, you can make an ending bumper for my daily horror series in October. Some of you are already familiar with this, and let's face it, I've repeated these rules a lot over the years. Look at pretty much any of these announcement videos and you know what to expect. But if you're new here, let's run down what this is and why I'm doing it. Longbox of the Damned is my daily horror series throughout October, where the Ghoul Moarte spotlights horror comics. For the last several years, I've held a contest where you can contribute a bumper, an ident or eye catch that shows off a logo for a series or company, usually at the end, to these videos. 31 bumpers will have a chance to be shown off at the end of a Longbox video. From now until September 30th, I'll be accepting entries. You can do it in any style you prefer. Something you film in your basement, something you animate, have some music over a still photo you drew, etc. Though be aware, it's very rare that I pick out a bumper that's just a single piece of artwork. It's not impossible, but I usually prefer motion. What sort of bumper is up to you? Tell a story, just be something atmospheric. Hell, the go-to that I always describe is you can film a jack-o'-lantern in a park for 10 seconds, slap some spooky-sounding music over it, and that is good enough. And some of those still end up even if it's a repeated idea, because it works and it tickles my fancy for mood. The main thing that matters is you follow the rules that I lay out in this video. The bumpers cannot be longer than 15 seconds. You can enter as many times as you'd like. However, be aware that only one of the bumpers you submit will actually make it into an episode. If you were hoping to tell a story over the course of several bumpers, that's great, but only one of them will be picked. I'll only use multiple bumpers from the same person if I have less than 31 unique entrants. However, so far, in the many years we've done this, I've never had to resort to that, so hopefully this year won't be the exception. Feel free to include some self-promotion in the bumper. I'm using content that you created for it, so I want to make sure that you get the credit. Thus, if anyone becomes interested in anything else you produced, they have a chance to check it out. Just try to keep it non-intrusive. An end card, a watermark in the corner, that sort of thing. It must feature the Longbox of the Damned logo in some way. This is still a bumper for Longbox after all. The logo changed in 2022, but I see no reason to limit it to just the new version, so feel free to use the old or new one. There are links in the video description to high-quality PNGs of both logos, so go with what you feel works best for you. Feel free to be creative about how you include it. I've seen it made into clay, someone stabbed through it on a sheet of paper once, it's been made out of Legos, etc. Or hell, just slap it in somewhere at the end. The important thing is it's there. The bumper must be horror or Halloween related in some way. Yes, it can be funny or romantic or the like, but it needs to have something to do with the season. Ghosts and ghouls, spooks and specters, aliens and apparitions, or hell, just some candy and a pumpkin. It's spooky season, so we want spooky season stuff. It can be scary, of course, but try not to have a jump scare or the like. I'm not going to say no to it, but this is supposed to be fun, and I know some viewers are sensitive to that kind of thing, and I want everyone to have a good time. No nudity, and try not to be too graphic. Blood and guts are fine, but we're still subject to YouTube's rules and guidelines, so try to use common sense on what you put into this. I'm trying not to get my content demonetized here. Not that that will stop YouTube, but let's try to approach this in good faith. It cannot be something you already produced for another project. I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in stuff you're recycling. Sure, feel free to use props and sets or whatever, but not something that you've already previously filmed. It doesn't have to be sophisticated, like a skull with the sound of thunder crashing behind it, but it has to be something you made for this contest. No copyrighted footage or music unless it's less than 7 seconds long. YouTube is YouTube, and it's very easy for Content ID to snag that. Stock art or video from places like Pixabay is fine, just don't let that be the only thing you have. You have to put in at least a little effort. I got an entry once that was just a piece of stock video and then the Longbox of the Damned logo over it at the end. That is not only lazy, but incredibly disrespectful to me and the people who originally made the stock work. I find out you did that, not only will your entry be denied, but I'm not even going to humor you with a second attempt. Put in the minimum amount of effort and creativity rather than just taking something and sending it to me. Consequently, no AI art, deepfakes, or machine learning visuals or audio whatsoever. This is a chance to show off the creativity of human beings, not plagiarism generators. If I discover that you deliberately included it in the bumper, it and any other bumpers you sent in are out. If you plan on using stock websites for materials, I do warn you in advance that some are allowing them on their sites, though usually Usually they'll specify if that's the case, and you should exercise some due diligence in making sure you don't use it. If you discover that you accidentally used it and then inform me that you'll be correcting it, that's fine, and I appreciate the honesty and will allow you to correct the error. I'm not that much of an asshole. Entries should be sent to Linkara-AtopTheFourthWall.com with the subject line Longbox Bumper Contest. It should contain either a YouTube link or a link to a file sharing service like Google Drive or Dropbox or whatever. MP4 is preferred for the format, but it's not a hard and fast rule, unless I am somehow unable to convert it into something usable. Feel free to make your bumper public and share it. It's your work, after all. If you'd like to keep it a secret, make sure if it's a YouTube link to set it to unlisted and not private. Unlisted means that I can access it with the link. Private means I can't access it. Any bumpers that don't make it into the 31 Longbox videos will be included in a video compiling all the entries together, released at some point after Halloween is done. Unfortunately, I have a terrible habit of only releasing them at the same time as the contest video like this one. Still, if you'd like some inspiration for these bumpers, you certainly have many years worth of entries to look to. I've been showing off many in the background of this video. I will always reply back to acknowledge that I received the entry, though I apologize if I don't reply right away. Feel free to leave a comment on this video with any additional questions you might have, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you all for your continued support, and I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with this year. I love doing this contest, and every time a new entry appears, I'm always so excited to see what you come up with. And you can look forward to seeing the results of the contest starting on October 1st with this year's Long Box of the Damned.